Hello, welcome to Godot Game Engine tutorial series. In today's tutorial, we're going to be looking at creating and setting up Godot Game Engine project. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. To get started, open up Godot application and head over to the New Project button and press on it. From here, browse over to the directory where you want to create your project. In my case, I have a folder in my Dropbox where I normally put my Godot projects. Now this is where I will create my applications, Godot applications on. Now if you reach to the directory where you want to create the project, go ahead and press create folder. Now this will create a folder where your game will be on. Now for this case, we can call it color switch and press enter, and then press open, then press create. Now let's go ahead and double click on the project we just created. Now by default, Godot is in 3D, and let's just press on this 2D on top here to switch over to the 2D. Now currently the game project is empty, meaning we need to save a scene in order to be able to run the project. Now when you look at the game engine interface, there is a plus button. Now that's what is used to add sprites, label, or particles into the game scene. And Godot is heavily based on node system. It's the building block of any Godot games. And nodes are something that is added to the game scene. Now this can be particle, it can be a sprite, it can be sound, it can be anything that can be added to the scene. Now let's go ahead and create the main scene, and for that we press on the plus button and head over to the node 2D. Then we double click on it and rename it as game scene, game menu. Now this will be the root node. This will parent all the other nodes that we are going to add in this scene. Now if you want to know more about Godot node system, you can go to Godot website and read more about nodes. Now let's go ahead and save this scene by pressing Ctrl+H. And what I normally like to do is to create a folder in this directory called scenes, where I will put all the game scenes that I created. I'll go ahead and create a project and press OK. From there, just press save. Now this will save our game scene, but we also need to specify the default scene that should be run when we press play. Now let's go ahead and press the play button, and a dialog will prompt us that there is no main scene that has to be defined, that has been defined, and we need to select one. So let's go ahead and select the scene that we just saved and press open. Now by default, whenever the project is loaded, this is the scene that will be run. Now let's go ahead and press run. Now this will run our project, but this is a mobile game project, and therefore we need to change the screen size to a mobile screen aspect ratio. Now let's go ahead and do that right now. Head over to the scene button on top here, press on it, and go to project settings. At project settings, you need to press display. Now this is the window and the height of the window right now, the game project. We need to change the width to 750 and press enter. Don't forget to press enter, because whenever you change a property or a value in Godot engine, you need to press enter in order for it to take effect. And the height will be 1334. And we also need to allocate the test width and the test height. For this case, I'm using 375 and 667, which is the iPhone 6s. And the orientation tool, we need to specify the orientation, whether it is portrait or landscape. For this project, it's going to be a portrait mode, so let's go ahead and select that. From there, we scroll down to the stretch mode and select viewport. That is, what do we want to stretch if the device size is different from the game size. Of course, it's going to be the viewport. We want the viewport to stretch to the device size. And the aspect ratio, do we want it to be kept constant, or we need it to be the same as the aspect ratio of the device? For this game, we are going to keep the aspect ratio to ensure that no matter how stretched it is, that the aspect ratio is always the same. And then press close. And now let's go ahead and rerun the project again. Now our project is created and run. That's all what we need in order to create and set up a Godot project. In the next tutorial, we're going to be looking at creating a game menu and scene transition. Thank you for watching. See you in the next tutorial.